Hi guys, I'm Layna. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this full glam look. This is something you could wear to prom or any sort of special event like that. It was suggested by my little sister who is going to her junior prom next month. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I have already washed and then moisturized my face. So now everything is good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my face primer, which is this. It is the NYX Pore Filler. And I'm just gonna take a good amount. So now that I have a pretty good amount, I'm going to put it all over my face, mainly focusing where my pores are really bad. Okay, so now that I am done priming my face, I am going to use foundation. I like to use a mixture of two different types, mainly because I'm looking for full coverage, but also because I don't want something that is going to overly dry out my skin. So I use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow mixed with the Infallible Total Cover Foundation. And I am in the shade Classic Ivory for both. Now to apply these to my skin, I use a damp beauty sponge. This one is by Real Techniques. So I'm going to start with the Pro Glow and I'm just going to dot it all over my face. So now I'm going to go in with the Total Cover and do the same thing. So now I'm going to just take the same beauty sponge and I'm going to blend it all in. Okay, so now that I have my foundation done, I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer. This is by Urban Decay, and it is called Naked Skin, and this is in the shade Fair. Now taking the same damp beauty sponge, I'm just going to blend all of that in. Okay, so now that I've got my concealer blended in, I'm going to go and set the concealer, that way it doesn't crease. I'm going to use Hard Candy's Fast and Fabulous Translucent Setting Powder. And again, I'm going to dip into it using the same damp beauty sponge. So now I'm going to dust away the excess powder using this Real Techniques fluffy brush, and this is brush number 100. Now using that same brush, I'm going to go in and set the rest of my face using the Infallible Pro Matte. This is the pressed powder, and I am in shade 100 Porcelain. Now for contour, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette, and I'm going to use a Crown Kabuki fan brush. Now for highlight, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. And to do the highlight, I'm going to be using a Luxie 512 brush. Okay, so now it's time to move on to eyes. The first step is to prime your eyelids. I like to use the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. And you only need a little bit of this, like literally that much. Okay, and then to set that eyeshadow primer, I'm going to dip into my Morphe 35O palette. I'm going to use the top white shade on the far left side. And I'm just going to set that from lash line to my eyebrow. Okay, so to start with the shadows, the first thing I'm going to dip into is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. And I'm going to be using the nude shade right here, and it is called Safe Word. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. This one is the Sedona Lace EB13 brush, and I'm just going to place that in my crease. Okay, so next I am going to use my Morphe Kathleen Lights palette. And I'm going to use the black shade here with a tapered fluffy brush. This one is by Real Techniques. And I'm going to start on the outer edge and then kind of make a V with it into the crease to go right on top of that transition shade. Okay, and then to get rid of any patchiness, I'm going to go back in with the transition shade and the original fluffy brush to just blend at the top and get rid of that harsh line. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the tapered fluffy brush and the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette, and I'm going to use that same black shade just to deepen the very outer V, and I'm also going to apply the black about halfway on my lower lash line. Okay, so now it's time for some glitter. I'm going to use this pressed glitter by Glitter Injections, and it is called Insta Love. And I'm going to use a Crown C513 brush. It's just a tiny little brush that's going to allow me to be very careful with where I place the glitter. And I'm going to place it on my lid. I think this glitter is great because you don't need a glue to put it down, and it has like no fallout, so it can stay on all night or all day depending on where you're wearing it to. The only thing I will say is it is so hard to get off. I go through about 4 makeup remover wipes just to try to get this glitter off my face. Okay, so now I am going to highlight my brow bone, and I am going to use the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette again. And in the top corner over here is a white shimmery shade, and I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics brush. It's just a flat one. And I'm going to put that right under my eyebrow and then kind of blend it in. Okay, so I'm going to line my waterline with a NYX white eyeliner pencil. And then to line the top of my eye, I'm going to be using the NYX, this is the matte liquid liner. For mascara, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, as well as the Max Factor Masterpiece Max Mascara. So I'm going to start with the Max Factor Mascara. And then I'm going to top that with the Tarte mascara. Now, I would definitely suggest, like, if you're wearing this out, like, to prom or somewhere like that, throwing on a pair of lashes. However, the only ones I could find are these leftover Halloween lashes, so I'm not going to put them on, but you can usually pick some up at Walmart or any drugstore. Okay, so now it's time to do my eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony, and to apply it, I just use a small, dense, angled brush. So now I'm just going to take a spoolie and soften the edges of it. So now that the eyes are done, it is time to move on to lips. And I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Lipstick. This is in the shade Nudie Patootie. Okay, so now that the look is finished, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and just douse your face in it. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is a pretty much full glam look you could wear if you're going for a night out. You could wear to prom, to homecoming, any sort of special occasion like that. Just because there is so much glitter, it's not really an everyday look unless, you know, you just like being extra. That's totally up to you. There are no rules of makeup. Do as you please. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave them down in the comment section below. And as always, please like and subscribe to my channel. That way you see the future videos that I have coming up. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and bye!